So this is where I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I will. So not only does he show up for his fellow peers, homeless, that I appreciate you. My eyes are leaking. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So not only does he show up for his peers out on the street and direct them in.
This courtroom's not about rage or revenge. It's about redemption. But just wait till you hear what this man did to earn his shot at freedom. Thomas Blinko, once homeless, once hopeless, now standing in front of a judge who's seen every kind of broken story come through her door. The twist? He didn't run from his warrant. He turned himself in. And what happens next has everyone in that courtroom choking up. Stay tuned, because this might just be one of the most emotional cases we've ever seen.
Thomas Blinko, can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Roger Pettis, Your Honor.
And are you Thomas Blinko?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Blinko, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yeah.
That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right. Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor. But before I ask them to come up, I have been touched by Mr. Blinko, not by him personally as much as by the support that he has here. He had 6 people here. One has had to leave. And you have many of the pieces of correspondence that basically cite him as a success story. This gentleman was a homeless gentleman before. Once he got through this cycle, he's become a volunteer, an amazing volunteer, to the extent that he had 6 people here in court all morning waiting to share with me and with you, Your Honor, and with him. It's been very emotional for him. But
you can feel the shift here. This judge isn't looking at a criminal. She's looking at a comeback story. 6 people packed that courtroom, not to attack or protest, but to lift a man who used to sleep under a bridge. When a judge says she's been touched, you know something rare is happening. Usually it's tears of anger. Today, it's tears of pride. Blinko's story hits different. It's what happens when someone finally decides to fight for themselves instead of against the system.
they're amazing, and 2 of them would like to share just a couple of comments.
Okay, and he's still at the Pay It Forward?
I'm sorry?
Is he still at the Pay It? Are you still at Pay It Forward?
Yes.
All right. And I understand that all of this started with allegations that the victims were selling drugs
Correct.
underneath the bridge. So I'm aware of all of these programs. So this truly is a success story. And I understand that there are issues that happen. I mean, next time you just got to call the police. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So who would you like to bring forward?
Brittany and Valerie.
Sure. No, it doesn't have to be on the record. Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Brittany Ackerson. I am the Assistant Director of Courtroom in San Antonio and have been working with Mr. Thomas Blinko for years. If you don't mind, I wrote some notes down.
No.
Okay. We've worked with him for a very long time, and he's done a lot for this community. So this is just a couple that I could pull off the top of my head.
Okay.
First of all, how he got arrested was he got his birth certificate and he was really excited. He's never had a Texas ID before.
Mm-hmm.
So in doing the ID recovery process, found out he had the warrant, and then waited outside for PD. When PD showed up, they knew who he was, and the police officer tried to go talk to the magistrate judge, but wasn't able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Blinko was living under the bridge for quite some time, and ran the bridge for quite some time. He got into inpatient treatment on his own volition. He came to us, said, I need to go to detox. I need to go to treatment. And I said, we like to test people. If they really want it, they're going to show up. So I told Blinko, show up tomorrow. And he did. And I took him to detox and treatment. He graduated treatment. He went into outpatient treatment on his own. He goes to AA meetings throughout the city of San Antonio and leads them. He shows up at Corazon and Cam literally every day to give back to his peers that he lived with on the streets. He's trained police cadets in homelessness, which I'm sure Val will speak more about. He shows up as a father to his children, his actual children, and his children out in the street as well. He's reconnected with family for the first time in years. He's encouraged people to seek treatment throughout the city. So this is where I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I will. So not only does he show up for his fellow peers homeless, that I appreciate you. My eyes are leaking. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So not only does he show up for his peers out on the street and direct them in.
And here's where it gets real. Brittany Ayrson, a community worker who's seen hundreds fail, can't hold back her emotions. She describes how Thomas got his ID for the first time, then waited for police to arrest him. Who does that? That's not guilt. That's growth. He went from under the bridge to leading AA meetings, mentoring others, and rebuilding lives. This isn't courtroom drama. It's transformation in real time. And when Brittany's voice cracks, you can feel the entire room hold its breath. It's proof that second chances aren't a myth. They're earned.
Changing their life. He knows the severity of what we do working with the unsheltered population, and that we're surrounded with death more so than life. So as we are helping people, he comes in and supports us as well. He truly is a success story and a model in this community. And I'm really proud of him. That's all I have. Thank you
All right,
so much.
thank you so much for coming down and show support. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Valerie Salas. I'm the Director of Homeless Services at Christian Assistance Ministry. I'm also a person with lived
I'll
experience.
slow down a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't be nervous.
I'm very nervous. I'm
I think I may have met you before, but okay.
probably I'm a person with lived experience as well. I've been sober, clean and sober for 9 years. I'm also the board chair president of the Lived Experience Advisory Board under SARA, which is South Alamo Regional Alliance of the Homeless. And I met Thomas in 2017, and I just want to say his transformation is we're in recovery. We're a program of action, not promotion. And he's wholeheartedly stepped into that. I've sat in with him, not just from I used to case manage him, but it grew into something more, where we needed him and the areas we needed him in is his story and testimony of the way he lives his life now. We partner really closely with SAPD. We started a cadet program with them where we actually train the cadets before they hit the streets to understand what it is to serve the homeless, because many of the calls will be on the homeless. He's the first person we pulled in and testify and share his story with them, and he does those with us. He shows up every day to our campus to serve. I've sat in with AA meetings with him when he gets his sobriety chips and see the light that goes off when that happens. I'm sorry.
No problem.
But I personally, as a person with lived experience and a person who runs a campus that helps a lot of people, we need that light to show others that recovery is possible and that a second chance of life is possible. And Tomas is a living and breathing example of that. So.
Then Valerie steps up, and this is where the chills start. 9 years clean herself. She calls Thomas a living and breathing example of recovery. She's not just saying he changed. She's saying he inspired change in others. He trains police cadets on how to treat the homeless with dignity. Think about that. A man who once ran the streets now teaches cops compassion. That's what true reform looks like. And when she says, we need that light, you realize this case isn't about crime. It's about community healing.
Right.
That's really all I have.
Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for coming. So here's the number one question. He's probably not going to be released from the Bexar County Jail till 1 a.m. So is there going to be somebody available to pick him up? Okay, so everybody said they'll pick you up. All right. I appreciate the fact that we're back on the record. I appreciate the fact that you actually found out you had a warrant, turned yourself in. Most people who are not in recovery, they try to dodge things instead of saying, this is a problem, this is an issue, I'm going to face it head on. So I appreciate that. And the testimony that they've given to you reminds me of when I go to drug court graduations or graduations from treatment and see the changes in people. So I really appreciate that. All right. But next time, call police. Don't confront anybody. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever consideration you can make on the agreement based on those comments, we'd appreciate, Your Honor.
All right. So this is what the court will do. Court is finding you guilty. As previously stated, the enhancement, true. Court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 3 years. There's a $2,000 fine. That will be probated. 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation. The community work that he does, once you get information about what he's doing in the community, you can count that towards his community service hours. And are you going to be staying at Pay It Forward? All right. So I'm going to put out here you to reside at Pay It Forward. Once they do their transitioning, which I know they do, just keep in contact with probation.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs and probation. Some of the programs that he's involved in, they do the UAs. So if you all want to coordinate with them on that, you can. And it's the same thing with field visits. I'm going to order field visits 4 times over the span of his length of probation. There's to be no contact. I don't know how he does the no contact if...
Here comes the verdict. The judge looks over, eyes steady. And instead of slamming down punishment, she offers mercy with accountability. 6 years in prison, suspended. 3 years probation. 200 hours community service. And every hour he's already spent giving back counts. That's unheard of. The courtroom feels it. This isn't pity. It's justice balanced with hope. She basically tells him, keep walking the path and don't mess it up. This is the system working exactly how it should.
These persons are homeless.
One person is incarcerated, Your Honor, and the other is also on probation. But you're right. We'll waive that if that makes it easy.
All right. So we'll waive the no contact, but you know who the parties are. Hopefully do not have any contact with them. If you see anything suspicious, then you'll just need to call the police. You understand? And he's to continue with his current treatment plan. And that includes the sober support meetings that he does.
The AA meeting?
Yes. They call them sober support meetings here, but they're the same thing.
Yes.
All right. And there's to be proof of employment within 60 days of release. There's to be,
Judge, he's on SSI and primarily volunteering his
Yeah.
time.
all right. So you'll need to provide then proof of employment or either SSI within 60 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation. Is there anything else? No, Your Honor. Is there anything else you need from the court? All right. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'm going to return this to you so that he can have it. And great work. I'm glad that you have changed your life.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, I will. Okay, I will. And you all, thank you. Can I have everybody come up, please? The people came to support him. Oh, he wants to know who he can call for a ride.
Just run down the list. Run down the list. If one doesn't answer, call the next.
All right. I want to
Now this is where the judge drops wisdom. She looks at the supporters and says, when bad things happen and you think no one believes you've changed, people like you keep the community alive. That line hits, because that's what everyone watching needs to hear. Change is hard, but it's visible. She thanks every volunteer, every worker, every fighter out there in that Texas heat making change happen. And for once, a courtroom doesn't feel cold. It feels like church. You can't script moments like this. They just happen, and when they do, you remember why justice still matters.
thank you all for coming down to support him, because sometimes when bad things happen to you and you are saying in your mind, I'm on the straight path, how could this happen? Things tend to go downhill because you're thinking nobody's going to believe I've ever changed. So I want to thank you all so much for supporting him and for the work that you do in the community, because without you all, community is not going to get better. I am one of those judges that I believe if the community can be protected and people still get their treatment and change their lives around, I'm all for it 100%. And I know the state and defense counsel will tell you that as well. So thank you all for what you do in the community. And if ever you want to bring somebody down here to see what happens in the court, you're always welcome, because sometimes people go to prison because that's what happened. And it happens sometimes. I don't take any joy in sending people to prison though. But I know I've met some of you to different events I've gone through in this San Antonio heat. People don't realize that you guys are out there and it's 100 degrees and there's no fan and it's hot. I go out there and I'm from the South. I tell people I am not glistening anymore. I'm sweating. It's just you're drenched. So I really appreciate that. And if you all ever need anything or there's some issues or some programs you want to let me know about, please feel free to come in and talk to me about that and drop off whatever documents you have, because I will take use of programs that are available for people. We're always looking for different things for mothers with children, for young people, because we get a lot of those in here. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Hey, stay hydrated.
Johnny, can I have 60 seconds?
Thomas Blinko walked into court facing time and walked out with a second life. The judge saw more than a case file. She saw a man proving recovery isn't weakness, it's war. He got probation, not prison, because of the work he's done for others. It's rare, it's powerful, and it's what real rehabilitation looks like. So let's end on this. Do you think this judge made the right call? Would you trust someone like Blinko with a second chance? Drop your thoughts below. And if you found this case as powerful as we did, hit like, share it, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. This is time serve, so you don't have to.